If we could choose a genre for this podcast, it would be comedy
100%.
and fiction.
It'd be like Modern Family Part 2.
Modern Filipinos.
Modern.
That should have been our podcast name.
Welcome to our first episode of Two Cold Brews. I'm your co-host, Allison.
And I'm Coleen. And we did it, guys.
We did it.
We started a podcast.
How long have we been saying we wanted to start like either
A vlog. Or it's been
Something.
years. It's been years.
Every time we go on a trip, it's just like day one of a vlog.
Yeah. And this is why we started the podcast, right? Like, we have so many things happen to us that people don't believe. Like, this is what you see in The Office. This is what you see in Modern Family.
Especially now that we've been in a pandemic for like almost a year now. I feel like I just need a separate outlet.
Yeah.
You know, just a distraction where I'm just focused on something else versus like just thinking about my 9 to 5 and like, oh my gosh, like I have to do this. Even though I'm like off, I'm never really off.
It's been literally a year since we both started working from home. And honestly, like, our lives have changed so much because of it. Like, don't get me wrong, we're still super privileged and lucky to still be employed and not be affected by it. But it does something to you mentally where your work and your life is all in the same space. And so we're just like, we need to do something that's not related to work or like work computers and just create.
Yeah.
And just do something for
just
fun.
something for fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, just pure entertainment.
Things are too serious now, and like, we understand that, but like, if you don't want something serious and just want to start your Mondays right, like, this is for you.
This is just comedy.
It is. If we could choose a genre for this podcast, it would be comedy
100%.
and fiction.
It'd be like Modern Family Part 2.
Modern Filipinos.
Modern.
That should have been our podcast name.
Speaking of podcast name, how did we come up with this name?
Okay, this wasn't our first choice. Let's just be honest. Let's be honest with
This
this.
was like our 22nd choice.
Yeah. When was this? Like, I think January. We were literally...
No, okay. We've been since December.
Yeah, we've been going back and forth with names, and like, we never wanted a podcast name that had our names in it, and we wanted it to be something that we say a lot, so like can't relate.
Yeah, or something just like
catchy.
Something just that just relates to us, right?
Mm-hmm.
But every single podcast name that we thought of was taken.
Yeah.
We're like, this is never gonna happen. And like 2 months later, I remember I was like, you know what? Cold Brew. 2 Cold Brews. And I was like, Call,
it's
do you
literally
like this?
us. Yeah.
And then it was like instantly like, yeah.
It clicked.
Let's f***ing do it.
If anybody knows us, like, when we start our day, especially together, we always get coffee first. And if your coffee's not made right, your day's not
right.
Mm-hmm.
You know? So Coleen and I are best friends, and we've known each other for, 20 years?
Literally 2 decades by now, yeah.
Holy since 1976.
Yeah, we met in 2001.
It feels like it.
It feels like since 1976, yeah.
No, but it's
Whereas
early 2000s. Let me tell you guys how we met, okay? It still makes me laugh till this day.
So, for context, we met when we were 8, right?
Mm-hmm.
I just moved to a new school where Allison was at, like in her elementary school.
Yeah, you moved in like mid-year.
Mid-year, because I was bullied in my old school. Okay?
Tell them how you got bullied though.
This guy, this boy, kept bullying me.
Mm-hmm.
Every time we'd play cops and robbers, he'd take my Hubba Bubba. You know, for the millennials, you know the gum that's like tape and you unwind it.
Yeah.
He would steal that from me while we were playing cops and robbers. I'd see it thrown on the track, and he literally bit into it. He would tease me during recess, during class, and I just got fed up with it. So I confronted him.
The gum was the breaking point.
The gum was the breaking point, because you know what? Like, I didn't get gum often, right?
Okay.
And so I was like, you know what? I'm done. So I confronted him after school? During the last recess. You know, I have 3 recesses during elementary school. Mm-hmm. During the last one, 15 minutes, one and done. We met at the back of the portables. opposite sides had a showdown. And we kicked each other in the knees.
Can you imagine 2 8-year-olds just having a showdown in the back of the freaking portable?
I was done. I was so fed up, and I was like, I literally just learned English. Like, I'm not like, I don't need to be messed with mentally, you know? Like, I'm trying to start a life in Canada.
Fast forward, Call moves to the same elementary school as me, right?
Mm-hmm.
This girl moves in. I swear to you, I never heard her talk. It's been like 2 weeks. I didn't even hear her say her name, okay? The only time I heard her name was if the teacher was like, Colleen, are you here?
Here.
I don't even remember you saying here. I swear to you, all you did was just lift your hand up.
Well, you understand, though, with the context of my past school, the trauma.
Okay, now I understand.
Yeah.
But when she first moved in, I'm like, this girl doesn't talk, okay?
I was the quiet, weird girl.
Yes.
Yeah.
And then every single recess, her mom would come to our recess and just sit there with Colleen like all day.
Yeah, we didn't live far from the school, so she'd get her steps in, walk down. She knew when recess was, and would just sit with me on the bench because I didn't want to play with anybody.
So this was going on for 2 weeks. And then one day I was with my other friend, and we're like, yo, let's just ask her if she wants to play. So we walked up to her, we're like, hey, do you want to play? Your mom's face looked like she won the lottery, okay?
Yeah.
She was like, yes,
Super
go play. And I'm like, okay. Like, I don't even remember what happened after, but ever since then, we've just been together. I swear, your family's like my second family.
Yeah.
Yeah. I call your mom.
Mm-hmm.
Your dad is
every
dad.
weekend.
Yeah.
Is Allison coming over?
Yes.
Why isn't she coming over? Did you guys fight?
If I'm not there, like, I would say after a week and a half, are you guys fighting?
Yeah.
It's like something happened.
We're basically sisters at this point.
Yeah, and like we plan on being roommates because we can't freaking afford living alone.
The amount of money you have to make to live on your own in Toronto is ridiculous.
You have to be making 3 times the rent or 3 times the mortgage to be living alone. But
the average rent for a 1-bedroom is like what? Over $2,000?
$2,000, bro.
Yeah, including hydro, gas.
That's not even including bills. That's just rent. That's just living in a box. That's how much it costs in Toronto.
What I thought we'd do.
Okay, what is it?
For our first episode, I made this up, but since you and I, since we have careers in finances, I thought this would be familiar to you. So what we're gonna do, Allison.
What?
Are you ready for your performance review?
Another performance review? Are you kidding me?
Okay, for those who don't know, or if you just want to know for context, we have different jobs, but both of our careers are in finance in some way. Yeah. So we're used to performance reviews, okay. We're used to metrics on a quarterly basis. And so what we're going to do is that we're going to divide it into quarters. To keep it simple, Q1, January to March, Q2, April to June, etc. What we're going to do is just rate it from 1 to 10. See how we feel and how the years really were. And
so
go
just
from
like
there.
Overall, like personal, professional, mental, just overall rating, right?
Yes, overall rating.
Okay, got it.
Ready?
Okay, I'm ready.
Q1, January 1st to March 31st. Let me set the stage. We didn't know COVID was a thing or going to be a big thing back then in January, right? Mm-hmm. We had one case show up in Washington and we're like, meh. I don't know if it's going to be a thing. And then March happened. So think about that. 1 to 10.
Okay. So I think about the beginning of Q1 and I'm like, you know what? I was thriving. I was settling in. Like, I passed my probation at work, my 6 months probation.
Woo.
I was like going out. Fucking power.
Stop.
Are you freaking kidding me?
Bro, the power just went out of my house. It's okay. It's still recording on Audacity.
Okay.
I'm crying. Okay. Are you serious? Oh my god.
Okay, the power going out just now is a sign of what Q1 was like. Okay? what was I even saying? Okay, so
You said in the beginning you were thriving in January.
Yes, I feel like in the beginning I was thriving. I was like going out, I was like going on dates. I was just doing my thing,
Mm-hmm.
And then towards the end of
Bro.
Q1, when I thought I was only going to be working from home for like a month, like that was a complete fail,
Mm-hmm.
I'm still working from home like over a year later. So Q1 I would give it a 7, only because like when we were working from home, like it just started, so like
Mm-hmm.
I wasn't really sure.
I would do the same. I would give it a 7 because, yeah, okay, so January was really rough. It's like always a rough month for work for me because
Yeah.
of the field I work in. But February was okay. It was good. And then March hit, and I remember my whole company doing like a stress test on our VPN because they're like, you got to prepare, guys. Like, just be sure.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, okay, like, I don't know if this is going to be a thing.
Mm-hmm.
And then literally March 15th, we got a mass email and text being like, effective immediately, we're working from home. And like you, I was like, it's only going to be a month. Don't worry about it. Like, it's fine. Don't worry. When all of this is over, we'll be back to normal.
Mm-hmm.
We were naive. So Q2.
Okay, Q2.
April 1st to June 30th. How would you rate it
on
a
a scale?
scale?
I was so sad. I'm sorry, but I was so sad. I just didn't even know what to do with myself, okay? First of all, my birthday was canceled. I had like a whole cottage thing booked, but thankfully I was able to get my money back. But like I was just sad because I really wanted to hang out with my friends, It was like my birthday is like usually the first birthday where like everyone just comes together.
Mm-hmm.
And then like everyone else, like their birthday is like towards the end of spring, summer. So I'm like, oh man, I really wanted to celebrate my birthday. But then it wasn't too bad because like this was when, do you remember when we would get tickets for even being outside at this time?
Yeah,
This
they were
was, like,
super strict.
Prime time quarantine, right? So my girls actually, they came over. Should I even say how
What
it happens? Okay, so I get a message and so one of my girls is like, hey, so and so is cheating on me. I think this lives in like Yorkdale or something. She's like, come downstairs in like 10 minutes. And I'm like, okay, like I'm ready. Like it's my birthday and I'm like, oh my god, I'm risking my life right now. I'm like, okay, I'm done. I'm like, I have nothing else to do. So I'm okay, I'm coming. So I go downstairs and they pull up with like a cake and like everything. And we're like, oh my gosh, this is so cute. So we were just literally having a little party, like an illegal party.
Yeah.
in my friend's car. So that's how I spent my birthday. So, but...
Not the way you imagined it at all.
Not the way I imagined. Overall Q2, I was just sad, and we weren't doing anything. The only thing was open was like grocery stores. So I would give it a 4.
You don't pay rent in my head. Get out.
Really?
Yeah, I wasn't due a 4.
Oh my gosh.
You know why though? I literally
Why?
was crying every week in like
yeah,
April and
you were
May.
having mental breakdowns during your touch bases.
Yeah, with my boss. I literally was like, Craig. I was like, I loved the privilege of working from home, but this wasn't my choice, and my choice was taken away from me. Like, I was full on breaking down, and I was just like, how can I be a leader if I can't feel or see what my team is doing? Like, how would I know what they need from me? And so I was struggling with my job in that sense, where I just didn't know how to give what people needed.
Mm-hmm.
But then summer came. Like, May and June were really good months weather-wise, and it really lifted my mood. Like, you know how you don't believe in... Okay, personally, at that time, I didn't believe in seasonal depression until the weather got better, and I was like, oh my god.
You just want to be outside.
Yeah, I was like, I just need sun. And it was sad.
Mm-hmm.
I was sad for a lot of it, and just like mentally, honestly struggling. So that's why I give it a 4.
Q3.
July 1st to September 30th. This was a good quarter for me.
Okay, so I'm gonna give this a 7. Only because I remember when the garden center opened up and I started my new love for plants. And then
more like addiction. Bro.
If I had more space in my room, I would have more plants. But I just don't have any more space. And then I remember like we were able to go out and then patios were open, so that was good. Professionally, like I knew my performance review was coming up, like my actual performance review, not this, okay? And so it was good. Like I got a raise, I got a promotion. So overall 7. It wasn't the ideal summer that I wanted with my friends, but overall I would give it a 7.
I would give my summer or quarter 3 like an 8. It was good. Like, work wasn't super stressful. Like, we were figuring out what we were doing and how.
You were able to work in your backyard, too.
Yeah, I was able to work in my backyard. Like, but you know what, though? Okay, I'm knocking it to 7 because what sucks so much about this quarter was that the sun didn't set till, like, 8.
Oh, my,
Bro,
yes, I remember.
And my family would have picnics outside, and my window faces the backyard, so I literally would just hear them having fun without me.
You just have straight FOMO.
Yeah, I was literally those memes
like,
of the person
out
outside.
The window.
Yeah. Yo, that was me. I was like, oh my god.
That could be me right now.
Okay, so my
you're giving it a 7 now?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm giving it a 7. Okay,
We're twinning right now. What the hell?
What?
We're like twinning right now.
I know, it's crazy. Okay. Q4,
okay.
October 1st to December 31st. How did you feel?
Oh, so you're asking me. Sorry,
yeah, honestly, I don't remember much of Q4.
Q4. Wait, what are the months again?
October 1st, 2020 to December 31st, 2020. I have specific memories of you during that quarter.
I don't really remember the first half, but I remember the last half we're in lockdown again, right?
Yeah, right before Christmas.
Yeah, right before Christmas. I would give it a 6 overall. Reasoning, I don't remember the first half. The second half, we went into lockdown, but professionally, it was good.
I would give it what did you give it?
I just, what did I say? What did I say?
Because I'm going to give it a 6. Oh. Because here's the thing, like, it wasn't good enough to be a 70 or a 7.
Yeah. The power went
finally. Here she is. I have no idea what happened.
Can you imagine if this wasn't recording?
I gave it a 6 because I usually take my vacation like in around the September, October mark, but I had nowhere to go.
Oh yeah.
And my body was
supposed to do Greece.
We were supposed to go to Greece last year.
Yes, I remember.
We were saving up for it, but we were just like, okay.
We were like, okay, never mind.
You bought a few bags. I bought a bunch of stuff I don't need. Yeah, that's what I was missing in Q4, like vacation. So I had all this time accrued and I was like, where am I going? But I still had Christmas with my family, so it was fine.
Oh, speaking of Christmas, you just reminded me.
What?
I didn't get to spend Christmas with my dad's side.
Yeah,
and I always look forward to it every year. Just because like that's the only time where everyone
is together.
Gets together.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, that. Oh yeah. Well, I would still give it a 6.
The scores are in. What do you think warrants a theoretical bonus in terms of an overall score?
Above 80%.
We did not meet that. Since we were twinning for 2020, like our score is the same for the year. We gave it a 60%.
Wait, this is for the full for F21 or
yeah.
no, sorry, F20.
Yeah.
We got a 60%?
Yeah, okay. So Q1 we gave it a 70. Q2 is where we really got hurt and we both gave it a 40%.
Yeah.
Q3 was a 70 and Q4 was a 60. So, yeah.
Well, not bad.
I mean,
do I at least get
you keep your job.
I keep my job. Okay. Good enough. Thank you so much.
Thank you for your review. I appreciate you taking time and being honest with how your year went.
That wraps up episode 1 of 2 Cold Brews. Thank you so much if you've made it
this far.
Yes. I promise you it just gets better from here. I know like the first time recording, it can be kind of awkward.
Yeah.
You know, even though like we talk all the time, it's just doing it
in front of a mic.
Yeah, and you know that you're being recorded and you know people are going to hear you.
It's different, yeah.
Yeah, but don't worry, we'll get better. Slide into our DMs if you have any suggestions for us. We're open to any comments,
feedback.
And feedback.
Just letting us know how we did and what we can do to improve. Yeah, honestly, we're super happy with this whole thing and we really hope you folks are too. So thank you.
Don't forget to follow us on Apple Podcasts and Spotify for freshly brewed episodes every Monday for your weekly dose of entertainment.
You can also find us on Instagram, Twitter, and YouTube at 2 Cold Brews.
Stay tuned for a clip of next week's episode. Apparently, so women will find their soulmate by 25, and men will find their soulmate by 28.
Sorry, if you saw my face.
No, but think about it, okay.
But how
all the people you've met, right? We're almost 30. Think about it. We're close. We're getting there, you know?
I know.
What if your soulmate is the Costco cashier? You just never knew it. Okay, the reason why I say Costco cashier, because there's this one Costco cashier.
We're both thinking of one Costco cashier, but it's a different one.
Wait, who are you thinking about? Which location?
Warden.
Yes, Warden!